everybody, thanks for joining me again for day number 6 of Baby Got Scraps. And today I am scrapbooking a photo from 2016. Actually, there's 3 photos, and this is of my family, my mom, my 2 sisters, my dad, and my grandkids. When we all visited a local little museum we have in the town by us, every year they put on what they call Pioneer Days, and they have like the ladies down in the basement that are doing tatting, and they have their spinning wheels, and then they have things for the kids. It's a good time and good kind of history lessons rolled up into a fun event. The other thing they do is they grill out as a fundraiser pork chop sandwiches, and then the little ladies from the community make pies and also have vanilla ice cream. So we go every year for our little treats, and there's nothing better than a homemade pie with a little ice cream on the side. And then the kids just love doing all the things that the activities they have set up of what Pioneer kids would have done back in the day. And I was just journaling about the fact that this tradition that I started with my kids when they're little, and meeting up with my sisters and their cousins and my parents, have now transferred over, and now we have the next generation of kids going. And I was even able to get my son, who's in his early 20s, to come with us, which is, not something you would normally get a 20-some-year-old to do. And so I have some great pictures of him with his nephew Dylan. So I kind of moved the pictures around trying to figure out which way I wanted to do them, and in the end I decided I wanted that wood grain piece to go towards the bottom, and I really wanted like the doors, the little hardware from the doors and things like that to fit in and be able to see those details of that paper. And then I'm using the square piece with the florals up above on the gingham, and then I matted the photo of my son and my grandson with I believe it's a Jen Hatfield paper with the florals and the birds, and I like how it ends up turning out. Now, originally I had started out with this picture being on the right hand side, but he's looking to the right, so I ended up switching it around and then just using the open spot for all of my decorating and title and things like that. So now I'm just taking my fine line bottle and I'm just running a bead of glue along the bottom. This is very, very thin rickrack that I found in my stash when I was taking everything off the spools, and it's now getting on a layout, so I'm thrilled about that. I only have a little bit left, and I'm going to run a little bit at the top and at the bottom, and it's just being held on with the fine line. Now at the end you will see that I'll also take the tiny attacher, and I will actually attach, when I wrap it around to the back side, I'll actually attach it down with that even, and it just gives it another metallic look. To me it still speaks old time, and I really liked it. Now I'm going to fart around a little bit with the doily and the journaling card because I really liked that journaling card, and I liked the piece of wood that said "together is my favorite place," but it was just leaving a few gaps here and there, and I just couldn't come up with what I wanted. So I ended up cutting out a tag and seeing if I could bridge the gap down there and build my cluster off of that. So there's just a lot of fiddling going on, trying to get it just to look in my eyes right. So right now I'm just trying to make my tag, and my sides weren't looking too good. I just used my regular stationary hole punch, and then I decide lose the doily. So now I'm playing with the journaling card, and I thought, okay, well, just put it in a different spot. And because of it having the lines in the paper, I am anal about that. I have to run it like a normal notebook paper. And I end up liking how it comes in off of the bottom paper. I kind of tuck it in right there, and now all of a sudden it clicks. and now I'm happy with it. I like it popping out from the wood grain. Now it looks like it belongs, and I'm able to build everything off of that. So this is basically how the design's going to go, and I ended up being pleased. And what it did was leave a little bit of room for my title, which I just grabbed the sparkly word that says together, and now I can put it all together down on the page. Now that little wood green says together is my favorite place to be, and I think that was perfect for something about, you know, the whole family. And now it's just going and getting all the bits put on that I had pulled. And again, just like yesterday's, I think I had everything but two things were able to be put on the layout. So I'm very happy with that. I had these words that spelled out today, and so I just stuck those below, and now my title is going to be Together Today. The other piece that was on that sticker sheet was the good stuff, and now that basically I think it was Simple Stories that I just that now killed that sheet that I've had in my stash for quite a while. I put a camera up in the upper left hand corner cluster, and then you will see that I'll take the circular robin, put that up there. Um, Now I have these big huge wood veneer with a butterfly, and I was determined to get them done. I had three left. Three was too many. I did manage to get two on. So the bottom cluster is just going to be one of the butterflies with the word memories. And then I'm going to take a couple of the gold asterisks from the thicker sheet that I have, and I'm going to sprinkle those around. I also was able to get that little cork piece on, and you saw the one piece I was trying to fit in that didn't actually make it to the layout. And here's where I'm sprinkling those. Now, off camera, you will also see in the photos that I end up going and the butterflies just looked very plain and empty. So I went through and found my Tim Holtz little words, and on the butterfly where the journaling is going to be, it says family life, and on the butterfly that's in the bottom left hand corner, I just wrote embrace family. And then also in my stash, I remembered I had one more cork piece that was a finger. And so in that bottom left hand corner, I don't have it on film, but I ended up adding the finger that's pointing to the butterfly with the embrace family. And I really like how the whole thing turned out. I also put a piece of the rickrack up in the tag, and I staple that on. And that's it for my layout. It went together really quick. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for number 7.